On call, hello, Yahweh Shemel, Shabbat Hashemakakodash, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, even the elders that came before them that taught us the truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push on word of truth and its sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. I'm the brother slash elder, back with the World War III Daily Update. Shalom and salutations to you all. This is not War and Rumors of War Tuesday, but I am going to use Matthew 24 and 6 in the NLT to get at the word threats of wars. Matthew 24 and 6 in the NLT. And you will hear of wars and threats of wars, but do not panic. Yes, these things must take place, but the end won't follow immediately. I'm going to do this as quickly as possible because this is my third time trying to do this. It might be less than 5 minutes. Iran has been building new missiles. Now they're a threat, overall threat to Israel. They're about to wipe out Tel Aviv. That's the threat. I'm going to play a little bit of this and I'm going to go ahead and close, all right? Take it away, Danny Hyphone. This is today, yesterday. Relatively fresh news. Give us the update, Mohammed Miranda.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to the show. Third in 3 days. Hit the like button as you come on. As you can see, I am joined by Professor Mohammed Marandi, Dr. Mohammed Marandi, joining from Tehran. Professor Marandi, good to see you again.
Hi, Danny. Thank you very much for inviting me. It's always a pleasure.
Yes, it is always a pleasure indeed. It's actually been too long, so we have a bit to get to. So let's talk first about, we have the United States rearming Israel with THAAD defense interceptors. There have been reports from Defense Security Asia that there are THAAD interceptors going back to Israel from the United Arab Emirates. We also have, though, a bit of panic on the side of the Israelis because of remarks that Iran's defense minister recently made. And I'm just going to pull those up on the screen here. That the big panic right now, Professor Maradi, is that Iran has said that it has developed new and better missiles and will use them if Israel, Minister Aziz Nasserzadeh, if I'm saying that correctly, probably not. But he said the missiles we used in the 12-day war were actually manufactured a few years ago. Today, we have manufactured and possessed missiles with far greater capabilities than the previous ones. And if the Zionist enemy embarks on an adventure again, we will undoubtedly use them. So, Professor Marandi, we are familiar with the damage that Iran did, especially to Israeli-occupied cities like Tel Aviv. And this appears to be a threat that the damage will get a lot worse if the war restarts again. What is the assessment of the situation right now in Iran regarding this particular war and the talk about these newer missiles that Iran has been building up?
Iran has been preparing itself for a potential war. It's not for certain that the Israeli regime will attack because they suffered a defeat last time round. I think it's clear to all. We saw Bannon say this again recently for the second time, at least the second time that I've heard him say it, that the Netanyahu regime was in serious trouble. And during the last 3 days, almost all of Iran's missiles were getting through, 90% of them, and they were hitting very hard. And that's why the Israeli regime sought a ceasefire, and the Americans put the request to Iran through a third party. The Iranians refused for the first couple of days, and then the Americans gave a number of concessions, and Iran accepted a halt in hostilities. So taking that into account, even though it was a blitzkrieg attack, and the Iranians were caught off guard, I mean, one can definitely say that it was an intelligence defeat for Iran, although a military victory, but it was an intelligence defeat. The fact that Iran was caught off guard and so many senior officials were hit. But in any case, the Israelis lost, and therefore it's not going to be in interest of them to attack again. But since it's Netanyahu, and Netanyahu needs conflict and murder and death and destruction and genocide to remain in power, the Iranians are assuming, they're working with the assumption that there will be another round of attacks. So last time around, the Iranians did not use some of their more advanced missiles. They've also tested an even newer missile. And my understanding is that this time around, if there is a battle, a war, that the Iranians are going to strike much harder.
All right, I'm going to end it right there. And I'm going to make reference to a glittering sword. Okay? What is a glittering sword? Well, it's a furbished sword, right? What new missiles? Iran warns Israel. New missiles? What kind? Nuclear? A glittering sword? Could wipe out Tel Aviv? Did they make some nukes? Is it possible? If I wet my glittering sword, Deuteronomy 32 and 41, the Most High said, if I wet my glittering sword and my hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to mine enemies and will reward them that hate me. Okay. Well, his top enemy are the tabernacles of Edom. What side are they on? Israeli side. Babylon the Great side. So who's going to win that? Who's going to receive the glittering sword? Babylon and the small hats, the Amalekites. Yeah? That's the Most High's glittering sword, that nuke that they may be harboring now after, what, a couple of months to put that thing together? Anyway, we'll leave it right there. Praying that the elect are edified with that, we say shalom.